So you're in the discovery call, you have a potential client on the other line, and all of a sudden your voice starts to wobble right before you quote your fee. Has that ever happened to you? Well, rest assured, it happens to the best of us, even me. Hi, I'm Valerie, and today on Business by Design, I want to share a simple 3 step, I call it a pre-sale pep talk, to help you get over those nerves that, are causing you to feel that wobble in your voice or causing you to second guess the number that's about to come out of your mouth. Let's help you to calm those nerves. Join me and let's talk about it.
Hello, I'm Valerie Priester, and this is the Business by Design podcast. Are you a woman entrepreneur who absolutely loves what you do and enjoy helping others, but for some reason, you can't seem to get out of your own way? You can't seem to get out of your head and really create the level of success that you desire? I get it. I truly understand. I've been there too. You see, I spent years searching for, what do they call it? The holy grail, the secret sauce, right? To success. And what I learned along the way is all of the women that I knew that were very successful had one thing in common, and that was their way of thinking. Now, I know you may be saying it can't be that simple, can't be that easy, right? But the truth is, the number one key or secret, however you want to label it, to success is your way of thinking. It's your mindset. It's what you believe and what you think is possible for you. And so that's exactly why I created this podcast. I want to help you get out of your head, get out of your own way. I want to help you get into more profits, more passion, and more power. I want to help you to shift away from old beliefs and release old ways of thinking, self sabotaging conversations, and help you shift into new beliefs that support your goals and bring lasting success. I want to help you design your victory so you can create the business and life that you desire. So if you're ready for some real talk about how to do that, if you're ready to really make the shift and move into greater possibilities and greater success, you're in the right place.
So let me be honest with you. Sales calls have never been my favorite thing to do, right? But through the years, I had to learn the techniques and the skills to be able to really conduct those calls without getting all caught up in my head and without the nervousness and, the wobble in the throat, right? But I remember how I used to, I would be so nervous about hosting those calls. I learned that a lot of those nerves actually came from my desperation to make the sale, right? How many times have we been there? It's like we say to ourselves, I need this client. I need to, make this sale, or I need this money, right? We come from that space. And that can cause us to be a little nervous about the call. And what it also does is it it puts our mind and our thoughts more focused on getting the yes and making the sale than actually serving the person on the other end of the call. Now, that's what I discovered, right? And what was required to release the nerves was first a mindset shift. And that replaced the whole notion of I need this sale or I need this client. It really moved it from a place of a transactional mode to more of a connection mode, right? And that's what happens when you start to think about the person on the other end and how you are there to show them that you can help them, right? If you keep your mind focused more on that than on the transaction itself, that will help you to distill some of those nerves, right? Because here's the truth, no one wants to be sold to, ever, right? They want connection. They want to know that they can trust you. And that's what helps them to move forward. But that wasn't something that I knew, right off the bat. I had to learn that. And that wasn't enough to just know that even, right? I then had to really step into combining the right mindset with the strategy to overcome the block. Okay? Mindset and strategy, they always go hand in hand. So what I want to do today is I want to give you this 3 steps that I practice, right? And I do this before every sales call. I still do it today, right? After being in business for 16 years, I'd probably say I learned this probably third or fourth year in business, right? But it helps me to really remove the nerves so that I can be able to focus on the person, be able to focus on the challenges that they have to help them to be able to see that I am the person that can help them, right? And to be able to trust me. Because let's face it, in this day and age, everything is about trust. Okay. So here's my 3 steps that I do. First, I spot the trigger because there's always a trigger in our body that leads us to that place of being nervous, right? So notice the first body cue. That could be a tightening in your throat. It could be sweaty palms, right? For me, it was always a tightening in my throat. And then what I do is I label it, right? And I say, that's just adrenaline, right? It's not a warning sign. It's just adrenaline. You can label it whatever you want to label it, but if you label it, it helps to distill some of the power away from it. Okay. Step 2 is you want to ground and glow, right? So what I mean here is it's a 60-second breathing exercise. So most of this month I've been talking about breathing, right? Because our breath really can help us if we use it in the right way. So this is a 60-second breathing exercise. So you want to inhale for 4, hold for 2, and then exhale for 6. Okay. Then I want you to, in that moment, recall one client win that proves that your price is set at the right place, right? It is a bargain for them, right? This allows the brain to pair calm with proof, right? Because you've gotten clients before. So this is no different. And it's not about your pricing. It's just about your confidence and your mindset around this interaction. Okay. And then the third step is the confident close. All right. So here's what that sounds like. The investment for the results that you want is, and then you say the number. Okay. Now, when you say the number, you're going to pause. You're not going to talk. Because here's a rule that I learned. The first person that speaks loses. So you just want to pause, let the silence be there so that the potential client can really sit in the value that you're bringing, right? And silence lets the value land. So resist the urge to fill in the silence and just be quiet, okay? Now, I know it sounds easier than you're thinking in your mind that you could do it, but you can do it. I promise you can do it. And just with a little bit of practice, right? Practice with a friend. Practice with, someone that you trust that can give you some constructive, feedback on how well you um, presented and how confidently you presented, right? Because it's all about presenting with confidence. And when we're nervous, we can't present with confidence, right? So try this little 3-step pre-sale pep talk for yourself before you go into the conversation, okay? All right, I hope this helps. Remember, designing your victory is a choice. Start by pricing with conviction. You're worth every cent. I promise. We'll see you next time.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Business by Design podcast. If you love what you're hearing each week, let me know by leaving a rating and a review. And don't forget to follow the show so you don't miss out on proven mindset techniques, strategies, and tools to help you design your victory and create the business and life you desire. Also, if you're ready to talk about the business and life that you really want, head on over to valeriepriester.com and schedule your private business breakthrough clarity call. Until next week, remember, designing your victory is a choice. Start today.